we're going to add more to what we're doing, add more importance to our operations, and ensure that we checkmate this act of terrorism within Nigeria.
Trump's stance. National Security Advisor, security chiefs meet, assess implications, re-strategize on more aggressive approach to tackling insecurity.
No protest is allowed here, and those who have it in mind to share the idea.
Lagos protest, Showore at large, supporters in police net.
And so the love you have shown to us, we will reciprocate.
Governor Diri joins APC as PDP sinks deeper. You're watching the Network News on NTA. I'm Naja Atutujani. Tonight, Hingino John Adams joins us from Lagos later in the bulletin. While right here in our Abuja studios, Musa Abubakar and Ayo Makinde will join us for business and sports updates. Musa?
Oil prices hold steady as equities market begins the week in red.
Oh dear, Musa, I hope it gets better. Ayo, hope there's good news from your end.
Yes, surely. Super Eagles camp is set to open next week ahead of the African qualifiers, the playoffs for the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
Details later on. Thank you, Ayo. Remember that this broadcast is being streamed live on our website, nta.ng/live. And you can follow us across social media. Our handles are displayed on the screen. And now the news in detail. Nigeria has again dismissed allegations of Christian persecution in the country, restating the country's commitment to tackling insecurity. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Olufemi Oluyede, made this known after a closed-door meeting of all heads of security agencies in the country. Tessie Omeri reports.
Nigeria's top security men in a closed-door session. A General Appraisal Committee meeting with one key agenda on the table. Dislodge the stubborn weed of insecurity, giving the nation a bad name and leaving the door open for different narratives inconsistent with the situation on ground. A new and corrosive twist is the religious coloration being given to this protracted confrontation with outlaws. The National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu hosted the meeting with all heads of security agencies in the country in attendance. In a chat with newsmen shortly after the meeting, Chief of Defense Staff General Olufemi Oluyede stated that though Nigeria is facing security challenges, especially terrorism, insurgency and banditry, the Hydra-headed challenge is not targeted at any particular religion.
But I want to make it categorically clear here, there are no Christians being persecuted in Nigeria. You know very well that terrorism is a global issue, it's a global problem. There are several countries that are challenged in that respect. And it calls for collective effort.
He assured all Nigerians and the international community that the current security leadership is committed to tackling insecurity in the country.
And you will recall recently, that's just last week, the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, recalibrated the security architecture by bringing on board officers of proven integrity who are seasoned in asymmetric warfare to add impetus to our operations. I want to assure Nigerians going forward that we're going to add more to what we're doing, add more importance to our operations, and ensure that we checkmate this act of terrorism within Nigeria.
General Oluyede welcomed support from any country to defeat terrorism and insurgency in the country. From the Office of the National Security Advisor, Tessie Omeri, NTA News.
Still on the matter, the chairman, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM, Abike Dabiri-Erewa, is urging Nigerians at home and abroad to unite against the decision to classify Nigeria as a country of particular concern by President Donald Trump, making reference to statements issued by President Bola Tinubu and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs Dabiri Erewa appeals to Nigerians in the diaspora to remain calm, united, and continue to defend and project the true image of the country. A statement by the Director, Media, Public Relations and Protocol, NIDCOM, Abdurrahman Balogun, notes that Nigeria is a country built on tolerance, diversity, and democratic values, and that the conspiracy theory depicting Nigeria as a country persecuting Christians in particular is not a true reflection of Nigeria's situation. Still on security, the monthly joint security briefing championed by the National Orientation Agency has revealed that in October 2025, the nation's intelligence gathering, security services and operations recorded significant success against arms trafficking, banditry, kidnapping and terrorism. Kenneth Nanim reports that the breakthroughs were driven by timely intelligence, effective coordination and collaboration across the country.
To maintain peace and order and unity that will engender national development, the military, the police and other security agencies have been on the trail of criminal elements, making sure crime is prevented, culprits arrested, victims rescued, and stolen assets recovered. Statistics being made available in this forum for the month of October under review scores performances higher than the previous month.
A lot of arms and ammunition were seized during the month of September, but that rose significantly in the month of October. The ICPC performance in the month of October. 44 petitions were received, 15 investigations concluded, 5 new cases filed, and 2 convictions secured. DSS, police and immigration services improved measurably in October, producing faster interdictions and fewer casualties.
The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, the Nigerian Immigration Service, and the Federal Road Safety Corps, the EFCC, and the ICPC, amongst others, made significant breakthroughs in the month of October. Nigeria's name having been deleted from the Financial Action Task Force monitoring list, Director of National Orientation Agency noted as an indication of effort by the federal government to fight illicit financial flows.
Let me speak specifically to some of the imports of the tweets. One is to say there is a Christian genocide in Nigeria. And I'm sure even America knows that is not true. The same United States commended Nigeria publicly for the arrest of 2 major terrorists.
To sustain the tempo, traditional rulers, religious leaders, and other citizens are enjoined to collaborate with security agencies by providing timely and credible intelligence that will help in addressing security challenges in the country. Kenneth Nanim, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Lagos State Commissioner of Police Olondare Jimoh has warned that protesters seeking to disrupt daily free flow of vehicular movement and livelihood in any part of the state will have the police command to contend with. He gave the warning after preventing blockage of the third mainland bridge by a group said to be led by Omoyele Sowore in protest against the recent demolition of structures at Iyanoworo axis of the state. Musa Toliat reports.
Despite the early morning downpour, the Lagos State Commissioner of Police, Olondare Jimoh, led a detachment of police personnel and command tactical squad to the third mainland bridge to prevent any gathering capable of inflicting untold hardship on motorists on the 11.8-kilometer road infrastructure. The impending gathering, said to be masterminded by Omoyele Sowore, was meant to hold at the Iyanoworo and Bega axis of the state, hence the heavy deployment of police personnel. According to the Commissioner of Police, some protesters were arrested by the command tactical squad after they were found gathering at a location in the Oworo community with an improvised loudspeakers attached to a vehicle, which was also impounded.
We want them to know whether the protest is peaceful or not. As at the protection of Third Mainland Bridge, no protest is allowed here. And those who have it in mind to share the idea and get better things to do.
The Lagos CP says deployment at various flashpoints will remain in force to curb any impending action geared towards breakdown of law and order in any part of the metropolis. In Lagos, Musa Tolia, NTA News.
Talking energy now, and Nigeria is committed to deploying technology in cleaner, profitable and efficient upstream oil production, says the Executive Vice President Upstream, NNPCL, Udinta, who at the ongoing Abu Dhabi International Petroleum Exhibition and Conference revealed that it's working towards the realization of the production of 2 million barrels by 2027. Lydia Sampson has the details.
Leveraging cutting-edge technology and strategic collaboration, Udinta said Nigeria is focused on boosting oil production output. The move aligns with efforts to restore Nigeria's position as a leading oil producer in Africa and enhance revenue generation.
We are intentionally and sometimes unbeknownst to us, we find ourselves collaborating more. There's a lot of collaboration going on between NOCs, between IOCs, partners, and looking at us to see what they can do together. Less of competition and more of collaboration.
To this effect, he noted that innovations in digital oil field management and automation are already transforming operations, enhancing reservoir monitoring and optimizing production. He added that partnerships with global and local stakeholders to ensure knowledge exchange and sustainable practices are being prioritized. This approach is to deliberately position Nigeria as a leader in responsible energy development, balancing economic growth with environmental stewardship. From Abu Dhabi, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
And back home in Nigeria, the Nigeria Customs Service is presenting a modernized trade facilitation agenda to the Secretariat of the Africa Continental Free Trade, not in Nigeria, but in Accra, Ghana, rather. Comptroller General of Customs Adewale Adeni highlighted reforms including the introduction of the deployment of the Potogu Unified Customs Management System, implementation of the Authorized Economic Operator Program, the launch of the Advanced Ruling Platform, initiation of the Customs Partnership for African Cooperation in Trade Pact Conference in collaboration with Afrexim Bank.
The issue of deficiencies in our trade data across the continent. This is a challenge that I have accepted to play working with other colleagues. And secondly, the existing structure which the Secretariat has created, bringing together all heads of customs administration, also needed to be strengthened.
We look forward to a substantively meaningful dialogue that will be sustainable, that will find solutions to the challenges that we will be experiencing as we implement the agreement, because we know there will be challenges. And as I said in our private meeting, customs authorities are at the heart of implementation of the AFCFTA.
The visit is to seek the support of the African Continental Free Trade Area Secretariat for the African Cooperation in Trade Conference coming up between 17 and 19 November in Abuja, which has gained presidential endorsement. And now I can actually say back home in Nigeria, the country has set the stage for a high-level gathering of South Africa's G20 outreach meeting in Abuja, aimed at turning Africa's vast potential into tangible economic prosperity, declared open by Nigeria's Minister of Agriculture, Abubakar Kyari. Nigeria and South Africa will prioritize unlocking the powerful connection between farmers and industries to sustain the whole African continent.
What makes this development worthwhile is that it brings together Africa's biggest economies, that is South Africa and Nigeria, at the time the African continent is seeking greater influence by reshaping its governance structure economically with a clear action plan. Leaders here have identified Africa's agricultural potential as the antidote for its industrial revolution. This is the major push for intra-African cooperation, by leveraging South Africa's role in the G20 and Nigeria's own agricultural strength to ensure food security and transform the continent's vast potential into real-time economic growth.
With a large consumer base and a growing integration into global markets, these opportunities reaffirm Nigeria's commitment to building a globally competitive agro-industrial economy open to partnerships and investment. We therefore look forward to collaborating with you to achieve these goals and build more sustainable food systems.
We seek to transform agriculture into a catalyst for industrialization, and as has been done elsewhere, into regional trade integration and sustainable development. This is how we move from subsistence to scale, from commodities to competitiveness, from isolation to interconnected prosperity.
With the theme Solidarity, Equality and Sustainability, the forum serves as a preparatory meeting ahead of the main G20 summit in Ethiopia. The resolve here is firm, sending a clear signal that Africa need not to be a participant but a driving force in global economy. Garba Muhammad Ta'ala, NTA News.
There'll be more news on health and diplomatic relations in a moment. Stay tuned. The health sector reforms of President Bola Tinubu have created a platform for Chinese investors to localize their manufacturing in country after years of policy and ease of business limitations. Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Muhammad Ali Pati, stated this while addressing the China-Africa Health Cooperation Forum at the China-European International Business School in Beijing.
The results of these reforms are beginning to show in the enhanced government revenues, in lower inflation, in the positive economic growth that is beginning to take up, and overall improvement in our investment climate. For the health sector, this means the increasing revenues of our government can be channeled towards investing in health and the well-being of our population, which is crucial to accumulation of human capital for further economic development.
The coordinating minister also noted that many investors had already established verifiable next steps with Nigeria for new entry into the market across a wide array of the health sector's vast industrial opportunities. The federal government is calling on the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors to resume work as some of their demands have been met and others are under review. The Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Isiaq Salako, made the call during a ministerial briefing on the ongoing strike by the body. Hamman Jabani reports.
The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors commenced an indefinite nationwide strike on the 1st of November 2025 following the association's recent agitation over welfare and professional concern. Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Isiaq Salako, says discussions are progressing in all points raised by the health union, including specialized and other allowances, salary relativity, appointment of consultant cadre in the hospitals, and other welfare-related issues. He noted that while collective bargaining is ongoing, none of the unions is expected to embark on any industrial action, which is part of the agreement.
We have not been sitting idle, contrary to some of the information that is being pushed out. We have been addressing these issues one by one, and some of them we have been able to find solutions or a pathway to get a solution to them. Our appeal is for the resident doctors to go back to work. The CBA is ongoing. Like I said, one of the key conditions of the CBA is that while it is ongoing, there should not be an industrial dispute. We would like the resident doctors to respect this condition and also respect the efforts that the ministry is making by going back to work.
We urge the public to understand with us, and if you have any emergency, still come around because we'll be there to receive and attend to them.
The minister also emphasized that every policy, investment and strategy being implemented under the Nigerian Health Sector Renewal Investment Initiative is anchored on their well-being, motivation, and professional fulfillment. Hamad Jabani, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the National Coordinator of the Nigeria COVID-19 Action Recovery and Economic Stimulus, Dr. Abdulkarim Obaje, has applauded Jigawa State Government for its unwavering support and outstanding implementation of the NG Cares program, which aims to improve livelihood and reduce poverty. Muhammad Musa Askira reports.
According to the National Coordinator, NG Cares, $296 million has already been expended nationwide to support over 70 million Nigerians in the post-COVID-19 recovery phase, while the new phase focuses on building resilience and tackling poverty. Dr. Obaje explained that the visit was therefore to obtain first-hand feedback from the state authorities on the impact and sustainability of the intervention. He commended Jigawa for its remarkable achievements under the initiative, disclosing that a total of $500 million has been earmarked for the second phase of the program, NG Cares 2.0, to be implemented over the next 5 years. Governor Umar Namadi said he remains the only governor in Nigeria who formally requested the continuation of NG Cares due to its profound impacts on the welfare and productivity of the people at the World Bank meeting, resulting to the approval of the NG Cares 2.0 phase for the country.
A lot of credibility and ownership that we have seen from Your Excellency. I recall a case of your visit to a community where you received a complaint about a particular DLI that was not functioning optimally, and on the spot you directed action should be taken. That means you are a governor that listens to the grassroots. We really appreciate.
We know these things has a very good benefit to our people in terms of social security, in terms of promoting agriculture, in terms of promoting livelihood, in terms of everything you will think of. This program is a program that one single program that we cherish in Jigawa State.
With the renewed commitment from the Jigawa State government and the NG Cares coordination team, stakeholders say the program is poised to strengthen resilience and accelerate the fight against poverty across Nigeria. In Dutse, Muhammad Musa Askira, NTA News.
Vice President Kashim Shettima has received Governor of Bayelsa State, Senator Doye Diri, urging him to demonstrate leadership by uniting members of the All Progressives Congress for the progress and stability of the party. The Vice President gave the advice, assuring him that the federal government would also support the state to achieve the needed development.
Come 2027, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu with his Vice President will be returned unopposed in the South-South.
He takes over as a leader of APC in Bayelsa State.
The Bayelsa State's Governor, Doye Diri, receiving the flag from the national chairman of APC, said he decided to join the party, going by fruitless efforts to fix the problems within the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and the support of President Tinubu-led administration to complete the Nembe Bras Phase 2 road, the coastal roads, among other federal government projects in the states.
And so the love you have shown to us, we will reciprocate.
Vice President Kashim Shettima, receiving the governor and other PDP stalwarts to APC, applauded their courage. He noted that with the governor's decision to join the governing All Progressive Congress, he has automatically become the leader of the party in the states.
I have a simple message for you from the president and from the chairman of our party. As per the APC constitution, the governor is the leader of the party in the state. I want to make it unequivocally clear.
South, South, East and West governors, National Assembly members, and other APC stakeholders were in attendance.
From the Samson Siasa Sports Complex in Yenekwa, the Bayelsa State capital, Siminepri, Ohia, NTA News.
Thank you, Timinepri. People's Democratic Party sinks deeper into crisis as the Senator Samuel Anyanwu-led faction takes over the national headquarters of the party in Abuja amidst tight security. Details with Timothy Yusuf.
For the PDP, the major opposition political party, this Monday began with a convergence of party members and supporters of the declared acting national chairman of the PDP, Mohammed Abdurrahman, by the Wike Anyanwu-led faction. They thereafter proceeded to the Wadata Plaza, national headquarters of the PDP. Heavy security presence here as the vice chairman, PDP North Central, Mohammed Abdurrahman, accompanied by loyal NWC members, assumes office as the party's acting national chairman, promising to heal the party of its wounds.
A lot of wrongdoings within the party, and the highest organ of the party, which is the National Working Committee, now look into and agree to make a possibility of having a leadership that will bring everybody together. And that is why the former national chairman was being suspended, and that's how I emerged as an acting national chairman for our party.
Yeah, he's acting chairman for now. He will act until we get a substantive chairman. For now, everything about we are obeying the court order. The court judgment is quite clear, and we are not adverse of doing the convention, but we want the right thing to be done so that our party will be strong to go into convention with one unity.
Abdurrahman was declared acting national chairman of the PDP by the Samuel Anyanwu-led National Working Committee after it announced the suspension of the party's national chairman, Umar Damagum, and the National Publicity Secretary, Debo Ologoagba, and 4 others. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the 16 governorship candidates in the Anambra State off-cycle election and their political parties have signed a peace accord reiterating their commitment to ensuring peaceful conduct before, during and after the election come November 8. Onome Okadigbo reports from Oka.
The signing of the accord is to commit the 16 contesting political parties and their governorship candidates participating in the election to accept the result of the election if adjudged to be free, fair and credible. The meeting further encouraged political parties to avoid statements that will incite violence before, during and after the election.
Voters should therefore expect a significant improvement in election day logistics, enhanced resource management process, and also the evidence. The Nigerian police force has developed an integrated intelligence-driven operational plan designed to prevent infractions, neutralize threats, and secure the election process. It's meant to encourage the political actors because we have to work diligently, confidently, and happily to make sure that democracy becomes believable, that democracy becomes credible. To the distinguished candidates and political parties, today's commitment is not in words only. It is a duty that calls for discipline, honor, and responsibility.
Is the consensus of the electorate in Anambra State that the best practices promised and assured by all stakeholders, especially governorship candidates, will reflect come November 8. In Oka, Onome Okadibo, NTA News.
The growing challenge of infertility in Nigeria, especially in the northeast, will soon be a thing of the past as a result of new training programs championed by the Northeast Development Commission, the Institute of Medical Sciences Africa, a medical group, and the University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital. Thomas Ogbetere reports that this collaboration is bringing hope to couples struggling to conceive.
Infertility remains a major challenge in Nigeria, especially in the northeast, where limited healthcare and cultural beliefs exacerbate the problem. However, the graduation of trainees, including Dr. Aisha Ismaila Newman, signals a new hope in the fight against infertility.
The problem is not only from the female, but also from the male. Therefore, all this cultural, religious problem we are having because of infertility, the distress, emotional, financial problem associated with it will be solved with this.
The MD of the Northeast Development Commission, Mohammed Al-Khali, and other experts said the new trainings by IMSA marks the end of silent suffering from infertility and bring hope to thousands of couples seeking children.
This is just one aspect. We're also looking at other areas like providing critical infrastructures. Now, for instance, we're trying to see how we'll provide enough number of MRI machines across the Northeast.
To work with the Northeast Development Commission as well as the University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital to bring in vitro fertilization technology for solving fertility issues of all types.
There is a belief that as Dr. Aisha Ismaila Newman and her colleagues continue their work, Nigeria is moving closer to a future where no one is expected to suffer from any form of infertility. In Abuja, Thomas Ogbetere, NTA News.
President Bola Tinubu has received Professor Ademola Adenle, a Nigerian scholar and sustainability expert, who recently won the inaugural World Academy of Sciences MS Swaminathan Award for Food and Peace. Congratulating Professor Adenle for winning the award and for bringing glory to Nigeria, President Tinubu commends him for his work in the fields of agricultural innovation policy, biosciences, renewable energy and public health, which focus on sustainable solutions for rural and marginalized populations across Africa and beyond. A statement by Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, indicates that Professor Adenle has made history as the first ever recipient of this prestigious global honor, presented by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on August 7, 2025, during the MS Swaminathan Centenary International Conference in New Delhi, India. The Federal Institute of Industrial Research will continue to accelerate industrialization and forge sustainable partnerships aimed at enhancing the socio-economic well-being of citizens across the country. The Director General, Dr. Jummai Adamu, stated this when she granted audience to a delegation of International Federation of Training and Development Organizations at the Institute in Lagos. Musa Toliat reports.
The visit by the International Federation of Training and Development Organizations underscores the relevance of the Federal Institute of Industrial Research, OSHODI, in the areas of providing technologies capable of accelerating industrialization in the country.
So we're actually looking out for machine, a locally fabricated machine, and FIRO came to our mind.
The IFTDO is seeking collaboration with FIRO in the areas of technology transfer to enhance agricultural practice, especially for women who are struggling to procure equipment beyond their reach. Assurances that support symbiotic relationship between FIRO and IFTDO came in handy.
Those things you are in need. In fact, it's like the whole project of IFTDO is what we do in FIRO. When it comes to fabrication, I think Federal Institute of Industrial Research is #1 in Nigeria. I assure you people that by the grace of God, we are going to work amicably.
To drive home the point on available machine fabrication, FIRO Director General led the team on a tour of the Institute's cassava processing plant.
That is one of the most stable food that we have in Nigeria, and the cassava grows without much effort. So we believe that, and there are many women in this business, we can boost their means of doing the business. And so we are looking for a way where we can collaborate in the area of fabrication of equipment, in the area of product development and skill training.
It's an important aspect of our operations here. You know, we train on the production of those equipment, and we also train people to use those equipment. We train trainers. We've done that over the years, over the lifespan of this institute.
The IFTDO team admits that FIRO has extensively worked on cassava processing, including developing technologies for the utilization of some primary products and their value chains. In Lagos, Musa Toliad, NTA News.
Still on more stories and reports from our Lagos zone, Hingino John Adams is standing by. Hingino.
And welcome to Lagos.
Nigeria is set to have the responsibility of leading Africa's renaissance, especially in actualizing the prospects of Africa Continental Free Trade Area Agreement of building over 10 trillion GDP in line with the realization of the African Union Agenda of 2063. Amaka Owo reports that this was stated at a high business forum organized by the new Partnership for Africa Development NEPAD Business Group held in Lagos.
Mobilizing Africa's private sector for the African Continental Free Trade Area AFCFTA towards Africa's economic development and global uncertainty formed the theme of this gathering that seeks to reposition the African continent on the path of self-industrialization.
Let us seize this moment to reaffirm our faith in Nigeria's ability to shape its own destiny towards achieving the US $1 trillion GDP within the context of an integrated African market, whose current GDP of US $3.4 trillion is projected to reach US $8.87 trillion by 2043.
In Africa, there are great opportunities. We have the numbers, we have innovative ideas, and we have similar realities. So we should take advantage of it, and that NEPA Business Group as an umbrella body for private sector development, we are open for business and we should be approached.
Need to strengthen Africa's private sector, access to finance, digitization, policy coordination, increase in intra-African trade, the need for standardization of produced goods in Africa, formed submission from various speakers and panelists.
The General Secretary of the African Union is recommending that our GDP growth should be at a revised rate of 8% per annum. There is a nexus between investment and GDP growth. It is the private sector that can viably and sustainably embark on investment projects.
Nigeria, stakeholders of NEPAD agree, offers a strong base of regional trade and innovation to build a self-reliant economy. In Lagos, Amaka O, NTA News.
OPay, one of Nigeria's foremost online financial institutions, has taken its corporate social responsibility a step higher by successfully disbursing 126 million naira to 420 students across 20 tertiary institutions nationwide for the first year of its 10-year plan. Chief Commercial Officer Elizabeth Wang made this known at an empowerment conference in Lagos. Diana Ajali reports that the disbursement is part of OPay's 1.2 billion naira Educational Support Fund 2024, tagged Empowering Futures. OPay has also signed MOUs with more tertiary institutions ahead of the second phase.
This conference, which brought together stakeholders from the academia, private sector and the media, marks a significant milestone in OPay's corporate social responsibility journey.
OPay 10-year scholarship, transforming lives, empowering futures.
The event is to celebrate the company's achievements while unveiling new initiatives.
Face ID required for transfers.
Chief Commercial Officer Elizabeth Wang said, in upholding the company's promise of expanding access to education in Nigeria, OPay has successfully completed the disbursement of Education Support Fund to 20 higher institutions nationwide.
Good luck to all the future beneficiaries as well.
We signed the 10 years MOU to support the students who are really good but need financial support. And then the schools will select based on the criteria.
I'm seeing that many students these days end up doing menial jobs and just to send themselves to school. And we took that upon ourselves to see how we can take off the burden of financial responsibility.
Among the beneficiaries of the ongoing OPay's 10-year 1.2 billion naira corporate social responsibility education support program include Ahmadu Bello University, University of Ibadan, Cross River State University, Obafemi Awolowo University, Kwara State Polytechnic, and Lagos State University.
Already giving up until OPay came
and remembered me, and I'm so happy.
This is really a change maker. An organization like OP coming to the university to support our activities is something that thrills us.
OPC's Our Empowering Futures initiative is a testament to the company's commitment to promoting education, digital literacy, and economic empowerment in Nigeria through positive impact on the lives of young people while empowering the women with requisite skills. In Lagos, Diana Ajale, NTA News.
That's it from Lagos.
The Road Transport Employers Association of Nigeria, under the leadership of National President Dr. Musa Muhammad Takubi, has sworn in newly elected Executive Council members for Adamawa, Kano, Kogi, Niger, Kaduna and Ondo states. The swearing-in ceremony was held at the national headquarters, Abuja. Omenka Amarachukwu reports.
That I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Here are the newly elected 6 state executives and their members that emerged victorious in the various elections recently conducted in line with retained Constitution and Trade Union Acts, congratulating the newly inaugurated officers. Retained National President Dr. Musa Muhammad Takubi charged them to uphold discipline, transparency and excellent service delivery that defines the association. He commended the President for his ongoing commitment in transforming the transportation sector through innovative policies such as the Green Energy Evolution Initiative. He described the initiative as a forward-looking policy that will reposition the nation's transport industry towards cleaner, safer and more sustainable energy solutions like compressed natural gas. In Abuja, Umenka Machuku, NTA News.
We'll take a few messages now. Stay tuned. Sorry, we can't bring you business and sports news, as this is where we draw the curtain on the network news on NTA. Enjoy the rest of the week.